Yo, what's up? Welcome to my little rant. I'm gonna be ranting about Squid Game season 3 because that shit pissed me the fuck off. Um, no visuals because Netflix will fuck me. So just listen to this shit while you're like doing chores or something. I just have a long ass list. I'm just gonna read off of it basically. All my opinions, I'm gonna read through it chronologically. So if you haven't finished, I guess just stop when you hear some shit you don't want to hear. Um, First thing, bro, Gihoon with the fake aura forming. Like, you can't force aura, okay? He was trying way too fucking hard. Bro, he is a fake demon. Like, when they say, like, people be fake demons, he is a fake demon. Um, Second thing is that Daeho has no further arc and only exists for Gihoon's forced aura. Daeho was my favorite character of season 2 because even though he's a liar, he's this passionate, caring guy. And the point of his character is that ultimately he is a good person, despite he did one bad thing. Um, but for some reason, Gihoon uses his one mistake as means to kill him. Also, Gihoon wants to kill him. The only reason Daeho exists in this entire season is because Gihoon needs to kill him. And then what is the next game mode? Oh, you literally just stab people. The entire game is just stabbing people. Oh, hide and seek? There's no hiding. It's just hallways. You're not hiding. It is just stabbing people the game. Oh, Gihoon wants to kill him? Oh, the next game, he kills him. The whole game is killing each other. Um, you'll notice that it's a theme in this season. It doesn't feel like the games are actual games. It feels like they revolve around the needs of the plot. Like, I feel like that wouldn't happen in season 1. Um, yeah. So Gihoon is so set on killing him, but like I said, Daeho was never a bad person. The point of his character was that ultimately he was a caring and compassionate character, and Gihoon finds it justifiable to kill him, but not kill people that are directly threatening the life of a baby. Like he won't kill baby killers, but he'll kill a guy who lied about being in the military. Where's the logic in that? Yeah, where's the logic in that? Uh, Too many people died in hide and seek, made the rest of the games boring. Yeah, uh, way too many people died in a hide and seek. It's the fucking second episode or some shit. Like the rest of the games, the rest of the episodes didn't matter that much. I mean, I'm a weird person, and I liked Namgyu and I liked MG Coin. Um, the two of my favorite characters, and they made it pretty far, but most people don't like them. So for most people, that shit was boring as fuck. So like, shouldn't have killed that many people. Like, yeah, shouldn't have killed that many people so early on. Um, the shaman lady's death almost makes up for how annoying she was. Season 2 and 3 had the worst antagonists by far, and it almost made it worth her being annoying for almost 2 seasons by having her. Okay, the way she killed her followers was funny, and two of my favorite characters got to kill all of them, Namgyu and MG Coin. But she was too annoying to justify that. Like, she wasn't a good antagonist, and she was actually reheating that one bitch's nachos, bro. From the first season, she was trying to reheat her fucking nachos, and bro, the microwave was fucking broken. Okay, not good, not a good character at all. Um, Junhee breaks her ankle in the dumbest way possible, and the millisecond that happened, my first thought was, "Oh, I wonder if the next game is gonna require her ankle." Oh, what do you know? The next game is fucking jump rope. Like, okay, who breaks their ankle on stairs? I'm sorry, but like at least have her fall or like jump or like, dude, she's running. How do you break your ankle running? Like, oh my god. But anyways, another reason why the games revolve around the plot instead of vice versa. Uh, the next game requires her ankle. Yeah, it's just bad writing, honestly. Um, Okay, next is that there's no way player 120 doesn't expect other seekers to come attack her after she just fought people for like 5 fucking minutes straight. It made a ton of noise. And the reason why this upset me so much is that season two, the point of her character was that she's this soft, compassionate, emotional person. And then by the end, she turns into fucking prime bolo, like, you know, like TSM fucking pro rainbow player, bruh. Like, she turns into fucking you know, Spoit or some shit, bruh. Like she's going crazy. That's the point of her character is that like she starts as soft, emotional, and then becomes like this crazy killing machine. And then what happens at the beginning of season three? All of that's gone. That entire arc gets wiped away because obviously they got captured and shit. And there's no way they were gonna defeat the squid people anyway. But her whole arc gets depleted and deflated. She becomes a nothing burger again, and all she is this emotional nothingness that only exists so that other characters can survive. Um, there's a glimpse of hope when she fought back against the Seekers, and she actually like killed them. That was awesome, and I was like, oh my god, this is why this everyone loves this character. The highlight of season two was her killing everybody because it was awesome. So the reason people like this character is because she's a killing machine, and she's really overpowered if you think about it. The only thing holding her back is her emotions, um, but she's overpowered. And then the way that she dies is by standing in a doorway with her back turned, getting fucking stabbed in the back. Like, is it not obvious that people are gonna come? Like after you just made so much noise? Like, where did this like tough military training go? All of a sudden, and she just gets stabbed in the back. Like inconsistent writing, inconsistent character. You bring she starts out here, you bring her up, you bring her down here, you bring her up, and then you bring her right fucking back down again. Oh my god. Like at least make her arc. Don't make this shit a fucking roller coaster of retardation. Make it an arc. You know, there can be back and forth. It has to ebb and flow. There has to be contrast, like her emotions versus her soldier tendencies. You know, that's what creates an interesting character. But but not when the logic gets fucking thrown out the window because she can't pay attention to her surroundings after just fighting people for 5 minutes. Jesus Christ. Um, anyways, so the entire reason that the old lady, like the mother, is in the game is to cover her son's debt. And then she kills him, and then she kills herself. Like, what kind of Reddit r/14, I'm 14 and this is deep kind of bullshit is that? Like, oh, she had to kill her own son. Whoa, that was a really poignant and emotional scene. No, she was a good actor, I'll give her that. But bro, do you think the tears were welling up at all? Dude, the son was annoying as shit the whole time. The old lady didn't do much. And she even stopped talking to Gihoon. Like, Gihoon just stopped talking to everybody. He became a nothing burger also. He just became this boring fake aura farming, like emo ass old man, which like, fuck off, bro. But the mom is annoying, or the mom is kind of nothing. The son is extremely annoying. I don't care about either of them. I don't care how tragic their story is. The side characters in this show fucking suck, dude. And not this show. In season three, the characters suck. Season one is like amazing. That's why I'm so passionate about this show. Season one is fantastic. But yeah, the whole reason that this lady's in the thing is to get her son out of debt. Then she kills her son. Like the whole you were literally willing to put your life at risk for your son, so obviously you care about him, and then you kill him because he's going to kill somebody that you've known for 4 days. Your own son, your own child that you birthed out of your fucking vagina. You are going to kill him because he's gonna kill some rando. Dude, like keep in mind, all of these characters have known each other for like 4 or 5 days maximum. Like unless they have some prior history, like being mother and son. And then she kills herself later. It's like the whole reason you're in here is for the money. At least pocket the money yourself. I know it's supposed to be deep. Oh, her only purpose in living was for her son. So if her son doesn't exist, then she's just gonna kill herself. You killed him. It's not like he just fucking died to some random. You killed him for no reason. He was if her whole life truly centered around her son, she wouldn't kill him. Obviously, her whole life doesn't center around him if she's willing to sacrifice him for some random bitch, right? Like her killing herself was because her son's the only thing that matters to her. Clearly not. Shit, bro. Like, um, okay, next. Jump rope is definitely not that hard. The thing I was thinking about that entire scene was I could do this easily. The cadence of the swinging never changed. I mean, I think it got a little faster by the end. Dude, the first 10 minutes, it was literally light work, no reaction. Also, that shit was like 1 foot off the ground. If you can't jump 1 foot off the ground for like 20 times while you're like scooting forward, also the gap in the bridge, maybe 3 or 4 feet. And there was clearly enough time to jump, jump, jump again. Like, jump, jump across, jump again. That looked so fucking easy. And they made it look so fucking hard for no reason. Um, they tried to make player 125 have this cool, like, bad boy, awesome druggy arc. Bro, that is just because there's an American audience. Oh, what do Americans like doing? Oh, drugs? Okay, let's have this character who's a complete fucking dork start just randomly doing drugs. And for what? Like, they tried to make him cool also by killing Namgyu and throwing his fucking perks like on the bridge. That was such a mid scene. Like, let's be dead ass. That was such a mid scene. And he's like, "Oh, you fucking pussy. Oh, you fucking pussy." Like, dude, you're a fucking pussy. You let the second baddest Squid Game bitch of all time die. Okay, number one, Sabiok. Number two is 380, if that's her number, if I'm remembering correctly. Bro, everyone thought he was about to do the fucking Teen Titans Robin fucking knee drop. This fucking pussy let her die, bro. That is unforgivable. I am not letting this fat, ugly motherfucker try to redeem himself by letting the second baddest Squid Game bitch of all time just die, bro. Oh my god, like he tried to have this cool arc, and nobody cared. Nobody cared. Okay. Gi-hoon not intervening on the guy actively killing others despite just killing Daeho for hide and seek. So Gi-hoon makes it across, that other guy makes it across, and he starts shoving people and killing several people, and Gi-hoon just stands there doing nothing. Why? Like you clearly don't have morals anymore if you're just gonna kill this innocent guy, aka Daeho. And then all of a sudden your morals are back. Like your morals disappeared, and now they're back, and you can't fucking kill this guy who's actively killing innocent people. What's the logic in that? Um, Also, the scene was not impactful at all because besides Namgyu dying, which rest in peace, my Thanos dick riding goat. Um, Besides that, it was all bots. It was all bots. Like it was actual NPC droids, replicants, nobody's. I don't care. Like if only that happened, like if only all the bots died in the previous game instead of all the main characters. What about all the bots die in hide and seek, more bots and some important people die in jump rope, and then the last game is filled with actual important characters? Um, Also, killing Namgyu, dude, he was like the last hope for this show, like in terms of entertainment value. Um, Not that I'm some like simpleton that just, oh, I need some asshole to make this show funny. I can't just watch it. Like I was engaged with the show, you know, I wasn't on my fucking phone or some shit. Like I was actually, it is Squid Game at the end of the day. I am gonna watch that shit. But Namgyu was interesting. He really came into his own after Thanos died. You realize that he's also an asshole, but in a very different way. And he's very insecure and whatnot. I think he was an interesting character, but he was also funny and obnoxious. And then he just dies to some fucking ugly dork. Like, are you kidding me, dude? Um, yeah, after Namgyu dies, the only two characters I care about is MG Coin and Gihoon. And even then, Gihoon, you've been pushing it, bro. You gotta tone it the fuck down, bro. MG Coin is my goat for Shelly. But the whole scene was just waiting to see how Junhee killed herself, and nobody cared for the game because obviously MG Coin and Gihoon will not die. MG Coin needs to be there as a means for the baby's plot to matter, right? Like he needs to be there to have the tug and pull tension of him being undercover S tier imposter, prime XQC, like nobody knows he's the father, okay? Like he needs to live. Gihoon needs to live. Junhee, oh, I knew she was gonna fucking die since the previous episode. So, um, I am tired. I am tired of the if I kill the bad guys, I'm just as bad as them trope. That trope should have died years ago, and not only that, it should have never existed because never once in real life has that ever actually happened. Never, never, dude. In World War II, when it was fucking Britain and the US versus like the rest of the world, did they say, "Oh, we can't deploy soldiers and kill people and fight back. We don't want to be as bad as the Axis powers." That never happened. Did that happen in fucking Star Wars? Did that fucking happen? No. That has never happened in real life, okay? If somebody is truly a bad person, most people subscribe to utilitarianism, which Gihoon, read a fucking book or something, you dumb motherfucker. Killing people can justify the means for the ends, okay? Killing people can be justified. And by not refusing to kill certain people, he is letting innocent people die. Like hundreds of people have probably died to his hands directly. Okay, has he never heard of the trolley problem or some shit? Like, Jesus Christ, dude. Um, yeah. So the remaining people after the jump rope game have the issue of being a literal fucking baby and a bunch of bots because they killed everyone important already, in pretty lame ways, if I'm being honest. So, like I said, the games revolve around the plot. What do you think is going to happen when there's a baby and like six complete bots? The next game is a democratic vote. Dude, it is fucking mind numbing. Like, the next game is a democratic vote so that the baby doesn't have to fucking die and that these bots actually have an influence. Okay? Like, when I saw that there were six complete randoms, including number 100 and like whatever, all of his dick riders, my first thought was there has to be a way for all of these bots to overpower or influence the game and to like run the game. And I was thinking, how would they do that? Oh, maybe like a voting system? What do you get? What do you think the next game is? Fucking democratic fucking voting. And yes, they're pushing each other, but they only push each other after democratically voting. And so that the baby doesn't have to get involved for plot reasons. Like, oh, if it was any other game, that baby is chopped cheese, bro. Oh my god. Um, yeah, so it's imagine if the last game was full of beloved characters. Because think about season one. The last game, Song-woo versus Gi-hoon, legendary lineup, bro. That's some Goku Vegeta shit, right? Right, dude? Like, and you would think, oh, there's no tension because you like both of them and you don't care who wins. It's not about not caring who wins. It's you don't want either of them to lose. So in season three, if it was player 120, Daeho, imagine like Thanos or some shit, the old lady, Gihoon the baby, MG Coin, Junhee, all debating who should live. That would be so much more interesting. If it was all characters you cared about. I don't care about all those motherfuckers, but a lot of people do. So imagine if it's your favorite character arguing against your second favorite character, arguing against your third favorite character about who should live, and even you don't know, and they have to make that decision. That is where tension lies, okay? Like that would be so much more interesting and so much more impactful, based on who they kill, who they vote. Um, I did not like all of the hallucinations of old characters. It was 100% fan service. Um, I no excuses about it being drug induced for 125 or like a delirium because oh he's on the verge of death, bro. You hallucinate when you're about to die, bro. Don't you know anything about psychology? Before this scene, 900 people have died in this show. Over 900 people have died in Squid Games, at least. More, probably over 1,000, honestly. None of them hallucinated. Thanos and Namgyu were popping pills like crazy. They didn't hallucinate like that. Like, oh Lord. It's fan service. That's some anime shit. That's what they do in fucking anime. Like, like horny, degenerate loser anime. That's the kind of fan service they do. Um, it is complete cap how Gihun is able to overpower anybody that he fights. Almost every single person that he fights should destroy him. Okay, he is an old fucking fart. This guy's like pushing 60 or is 60 already. Um, the guy that he was fighting took his knife. The guy is like 30, maybe 40, fighting him with a knife. And this old fart somehow trips him up and makes him stab himself. Cap, bro. Cap. Um, on the second platform, it was very obvious that Lunchbox was going to kill himself. Like, the second that they broke his leg, my first thought was, if that happened to me, I would kill myself, right? I don't want to sit there in agonizing, excruciating pain while my fucking knee's bending the wrong way. I want to jump off that platform and kill myself, and also so that these dumb motherfuckers have to kill another one of each other, right? That's my first fucking thought. So how come Gihoon and MG Coin are sitting there with their thumbs up their fucking asses doing nothing? They're literally just like, uh, paying attention to absolutely fuck all while this guy's climbing to the edge, killing himself. This guy has a broken leg. Dude, if that was me, and it's just me, MG Coin, and Lunchbox, I'm turning that dude into double Joe Swanson, bro. Like, I am turning that dude into a full-blown fucking nugget, okay? Like, breaking it, boom, boom, shoulder, elbow, both knees, like, both ankles. Fuck that motherfucker, because I'm about to throw him off in the next round, okay? They are so stupid for letting that happen. And oh, they're tired and they're scared, they're stressed and they're hungry. Shut the fuck up, bro. That's not how that shit works. Um, and then on the third platform, why did MG Coin pick up the baby instead of fending off Gihoon with the pole? Okay, this motherfucker is a genius. Okay, young MG Coin is a genius with the pole strap. Okay, pioneer in Squid Games. Dude, when the bridge is closing, just stand at the edge with the fucking pole. Imagine Gihoon who runs and tries to jump across. And my motherfucking go MG go just boom, just fucking boom. Like, obviously that's not gonna happen because Gihoon has plot armor, but realistically, in real life, if that situation was happening, that is exactly how it would have went. Um, and the reason why I'm so upset at MG Coin for not locking in is because he locked in for fucking 5 whole days before that. He didn't tell anybody that that was his child. He literally voted to kill the child in front of other people. This guy is actually S tier prime imposter, okay? And then the second that his baby, he's alone with his baby, he can't lock in anymore. Oh my god, oh my god. Dude, the game's not over, bro. You got you gotta you gotta defend yourself, bro. Um Also, the entire time I was waiting for them to push the button because in the very first round, when they said you need to press the button to start the round, my first thought was, why? Why is that a mechanic in the game? That has never existed in any other game. Why do the players decide when it starts? Like like all of a sudden they want to be like lenient and easy on the players. Every other game, you don't fucking decide when that shit starts. It starts when they say so. Okay. And also, there's kind of no point in the button. Like, oh, it gives them time to discuss. They have 15 minutes to discuss. Why doesn't it just start when the elevator gets to the top? It just starts. The 15-minute timer starts, or the 25-minute timer starts. Why is there a button? That was my first fucking thought. And so in the second round, when the button didn't matter, I was like, okay, it has to matter in the next one. And then the next one, they just never fucking pushed it. I'm sorry, but like I guarantee that those characters are not that stupid. And they just played 30 minutes of this game remembering that there's a button to press. MG Coin was smart enough to say, don't press it yet. We have to discuss this and give us more time. MG Coin is the Squid Game genius. The G in MG stands for fucking genius, bro. And he forgets to press the button. MG Coin, the guy who pioneered the pull strat, who pioneered the button strat, forgets the button. Stop the cap. And Gihun didn't even press it either. Stop the cap. The only reason that the button mechanic existed is so that Gihun could sacrifice himself. Because otherwise, Gihun would just be the father of that child, right? I will say I was genuinely confused when Gihun was attacking MG Coin because I thought they were cool, right? When Gihun started attacking MG Coin, I was just utterly confused because I get that he's not a good person. MG Coin, even though he's my goat, he's not a good person, but he's a relatable person. I feel like most people would do what he did in his position. And he was getting fucked. He was getting cucked the whole show by his baby mama because she didn't care about the life of this child. Like, obviously, she did not care about the life of this child. Yes, yes, MG Coin is not the greatest person. But when he says, let's put our money together and help better the life of this child, and she says no, how much do you care about your fucking kid if you're willing to go into a death game while you're pregnant with it and then refuse to like and force it into a single parent household with half the amount of money that you could have? Like, I know MG Coin's not the greatest person, but would you not take an L for the kid? Like, does she not, she doesn't care about this fucking kid. Um, but also, who is Gihun to determine who gets to be the father of this child? Gihun thinks he's at the top of some moral hierarchy because he refuses to kill people, even though he kills innocent people and then lets innocent people die by refusing to kill on some weird Batman shit, even though without the aura, without the gadgets, without, on some weird Batman fucking Spider-Man shit. But he thinks he's at the top of some moral hierarchy, so therefore he gets to decide who gets to father this child. What about the father of the child? Okay, you don't just decide to foster the kid. You don't just decide to put to have them get adopted or some shit, or to force them to be raised by somebody else. Like, you don't get to decide that when the living last parent of the child is right in front of you and is alive and is well enough and will be wealthy enough to take care of the child. But yeah, he kills the last living parent of the kid because he thinks he's fucking God. He's on some Kendrick shit. He thinks he's Jesus Christ reincarnated. He has some fucking like moral superiority. He thinks he's actually Jesus Christ or some shit. But yeah, the VIPs shouldn't have been included because they had no influence on the plot and they did nothing interesting and they were literally dubbed by like AI or some shit. All their scenes were pointless. Every boat scene was completely pointless. I like the detective and I like the guy that survived the Rochambeau, the rock paper scissors game. I liked both of those characters. But why was the detective so fucking stubborn and not believing his homie? Like, oh, Captain Park is a fucking Fed or he's a fucking squid guy. Dude, he was telling you that for a whole like year, dude. Like, he was telling you he was fishy for like hella long, bro. Like, you were searching for those islands for multiple years, and your homie's like, that guy's fishy. That guy's fishy. He's kind of weird, man. You should watch out. I feel like he's one of them. Take a hint, bruh. Like, Korea's not that big. You should have found that island within the first fucking 3 months of searching, okay? So when your trusted homie is telling you, oh, this guy's fishy, why do you keep saying, "Oh, I trust him though. I trust him though." Trust him why? The whole time you've known him, he's been fucking misleading you. And you've made zero progress since meeting this guy. He has served nothing to you, and you trust him with your life? Oh, because he saved you. Because he said, bro, like he saved you to get on your good side. Like, I'm sorry, but like if you're actually a detective that is smarter than the police force, because he refused to rejoin the police at the end. If he thinks he's really better than the police, why can't you grow a fucking brain? Um, the detective should have shot the front man and then got the baby himself because he clearly had enough time. When he got into the thing, a 30-minute timer started. But based on the context of how leisurely the front man was walking to pick up the baby, and the fact that he was able to put on his whole fucking scuba gear and swim out and then turn around and look at the explosion. He obviously had enough time to just fucking dome the dude and then go get the baby himself. So why didn't he do that? Instead of just yelling, why? 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 Dude, like, what kind of fucking cheesy ass writing is that, bro? Why did you do it? Why did you do it? What about you just pop the dude, bro? Like, what about you just put a fucking bullet in his ass, dude? Holy shit. Um, a lot of people are upset about the American Squid Games. I don't care that much. I really thought it was obvious that they were gonna do that. Like, it's fucking Netflix. Dude, they literally put ads in a paid subscription service. These motherfuckers are cash hungry, dude. They want this milk as much as they can out of your ass, bro. So obviously they're gonna have a spin-off American Squid Games. It sucks. I don't want that to happen, but obviously it was gonna happen. Um, oh, about player 246, I forgot about this. About player 246, they tried to make him important way too fast. He was a nobody. Who gave a fuck? I didn't even remember who that was, okay? And then all of a sudden, the guard of number 11, all of a sudden, like, he becomes the most important thing to her side plot. So it's a side plot about a side character saving another side character. And this side plot is completely disjointed from the main plot. So why should anybody care? Like, 246 had no influence in the games. Number 11 had zero influence in the games or in like saving the people or getting the squid people caught. So neither of them had any influence to the main plot. And you're supposed to care about them? Like, and at the end of the finale, like, she gets so much screen time, he gets so much screen time. It was a good scene, honestly, at the theme park. It was a good scene. It was cool. Imagine how much cooler it would be if I gave a fuck, right? Like, if it was interesting characters who had an influence and maybe like had more backstory, or like, oh, she ran away from North Korea. Super interesting plot, bro. Oh, and she has a dead child. Wow, super interesting backstory that we never see and we're just told and spoon-fed. I don't know her kid. I don't know her fucking estranged husband. I don't fucking know them because I never saw them in a scene. I saw them in a picture frame in one scene. Um, yeah. So about the United States Squid Games once again. Um, there is no way that you could play Daki or whatever it's called in the United States. Nobody knows what the fuck that is outside of Squid Games, but in the Squid Games universe, obviously they won't know what Daki is because they don't know about the fucking murder child games, okay? And the second least believable thing about that scene is that in LA, if that was actually LA, a homeless guy would stab the shit out of her. Okay? If some like rich corporate businesswoman came up to me and promised me a fuck ton of money, she obviously has the money on hand. Bro, first thing I'm doing, bro, I'm turning that bitch into a fish fillet, okay? That's the first thing I'm doing, okay? So that made no sense. Um, so the entire moral of the story was lost because the squid people escaped. like uh, the story was pointless. Ultimately, it was pointless. Nothing happened. And it's gonna repeat because Netflix needs this like universe, this like connected Squid Game universe. Um, but yeah, I mean, so what was, let's ask ourselves, what was the moral of the story? Is that people are ultimately good, or that good overcomes evil, or that greed greed is like a disease that, you know, affects humans in general, but ultimately like good will shine through. Like Gi-hoon is like the light at the end of the tunnel, which he isn't, honestly. His morals are really, really skewed. Um, but yeah, what is the moral of this story? Um, doesn't matter. There is no moral because the bad guys escape. The bad guys get away with it and they just repeat everything forever until they get caught, which they'll not get caught because Netflix needs that dough. Uh, yeah, I don't know what to take away from the show because it doesn't matter. Like I could sit here and analyze and think about the ethics or the overall message of the story, but even once I figure it out, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Um, and so this is the last issue I had. Thank you for watching this far. If you have, I didn't think it would be 40 minutes. I thought it would be maybe 10 to 15, but I'm really passionate about this fucking stupid ass show. The last issue, and a friend of mine said this and he described it perfectly. You can tell it was written by someone. And obviously every show, every piece of media is written by someone, but as in there is holes in the in-universe logic and the characters' morals bend and warp to fit the plot. You can tell it was written by somebody because there is mistakes in the writing. When when a story is tight knit, there's no mistakes or fallacies or plot holes. It's immersive because you don't think about how it was written. But when there's mistakes and flaws in the writing, you think about who made that dumbass decision. Who made this dumbass decision for, you know, like to have these hallucinations or to have MG Coin not lock in to kill Gi-hoon or to have Gi-hoon be hella emo and kill Daeho and not forgive him, which I will say, the reason I defend Daeho so hard is because it's not his fault that that they all died. It's Gi-hoon's fault for leading the rebellion. Okay, there is obviously hundreds and hundreds and thousands of guards who are trained ex-military with infinite ammo, guns, and everything. Why do you think your band of like 30 untrained civilians can defeat them? Like Gi-hoon, who's done his research for years and whatever to defeat these guys, should know that. Like, judging by the size of the island, by how many guards he's seen per game, judging by the size of their boats, which they bring all the shit to the island on, like, you should know that there's hundreds and thousands of those people, and your 30 fucking civilians are not going to defeat them. So it's not Daeho's fault for not bringing the magazines in time at the end of season 2. It is Gi-hoon's fault for being a false messiah and deluding these people into thinking that they actually can beat the squid people. Okay? He's on some weird Aaron Yeagerist shit. He's on some Paul Atreides jihad shit. Okay? Like he's tripping. He was tripping. Except he actually believed it himself. You know, like Aaron Yeager, Paul Atreides, they were victims of fate and whatever in their life and the context and whatever and being able to see the future. They were victims of their own lives pretty much. Gi-hoon is just retarded and he actually believed that shit and he actually led these people to their deaths for no reason. Um yeah. So not Daeho's fault. Gi-hoon killed an innocent man, even though Gi-hoon's the one that got all those people killed. And then he kills Daeho. If I'm remembering correctly, he killed another person in hide and seek for no reason. And then he let that guy and jump rope kill all those people for no reason. And then he refused to kill the baby killers until they literally got up in his face. And then he kills the father of the baby that he vowed to protect. So yeah, there is holes in the logic, and like the rules of the games were bending. Uh, the morals of the contendant or of the contestants were bending. Um, yeah, it was obviously written by a person. Okay. After complaining for 40 minutes, what did I like about season three? I love Namgyu and MG Coin, dude. Namgyu is funny. He's an asshole. He's an interesting character. MG Coin I love because everyone was mad at him for no fucking reason, bro. You got rug pulled because you're an idiot, bro. If you let some fucking meme coin fuck you over and you put your whole life savings into that shit, that's your fault, dude. I'm sorry, but like, if you fall for that, you deserve to like lose all your money because you're just a fucking moron. Also, MG Coin killed Thanos. Thanos was literally Timothy Chalamet, and MG Coin fucking right to the neck, bro. That is aura. He killed Timothy Chalamet, and that makes MG Coin honorary Timothy Chalamet. And hide and seek was a decent game. It was the best game out of all of them, except it wasn't really hide and seek. When they first said hide and seek, my first thought was, oh, it's going to be a super complicated, dense, like arena, like full of shit to hide in, and like maybe like an interior of like a building or something. And then it ended up just being a bunch of hallways with doors. The door idea, good idea. The hallways, it wasn't really hide and seek. It was like tag or like sharks and minnows in hallways. And the set design was good. Okay, that area where you could fall and you could see all the stories. That was really cool. The lighting was really nice. It was beautiful. It was a nice looking set. Good set design. It was just a poorly designed game. Um, what else do I have to say good about the season? Not much. Dude, season one was a fucking amazing, dude. Song Woo, amazing character. Ali Abdul, Sabiak, Gi-hoon, all amazing, amazing characters, and they made it pretty far in the show, except Ali Abdul, even though he's the GOAT. Uh, yeah, favorite character from season one, Ali Abdul and Song Woo. Second season, it was pretty good. It was like, it was okay, but I loved Daeho. He was my favorite character. And then third season, favorite character, MG Coin Fasholi. Um, but yeah, like my highlight of season three was MG Coin and Namgyu when they were season two characters, and the only reason they were my highlights is because Daeho died really early. I liked Daeho, or I liked MG Coin in season two also, but it's really just because Daeho died that I had to find a character to latch onto, you know? Yeah. Um, this season sucked. This finale was probably the worst finale of a show I've ever watched, if I'm being honest. I don't watch that many shows, but when I do, I really try to only watch good shows. And the only reason I watched the finale of this show is because the first season was good, the second season was pretty good. Um, yeah, it's the only reason. So yeah, this is definitely the worst finale I've ever seen. I not looking forward to any of the extended universe. I have not watched any of the real life Squid Games that they've done because I don't care about the extended universe of Squid Games. I care about the story and the plot of the show that I started watching in 2022, you know? I don't care about all this other bullshit. Okay. Beast Games was pretty good. Can't lie, can't lie. That shit was better than season three Squid Game. Mr. Beast made a better Squid Game. And also, Mr. Beast also had the democratic voting as the final game, except it was a bunch of YouTubers. It was like, oh, do you want Jaden Animations or Ludwig to win? Which I don't give a fuck about either of them, but some people do. And so you actually care about who they're voting for, right? That's how you design a game, okay? Listen to Mr. Beast, even though he's a piece of shit. He's good at designing games, okay? Yeah. Anyways, season three sucked. Finale sucked. Um, thank you for watching, and I will see you later for either more rants or more video games. I'm gonna make a kendama video soon. I'm gonna make some book reviews soon. But yeah, I will see you. Okay, have a good day later.